Our next question is to use Taylor's remainder formula to find an upper estimate for the error. Okay, so Taylor's remainder formula is finding not the exact error. Okay, the exact error would be this. Might as well write that out right here. The actual error, the magnitude of it, so in absolute values, would be equal to sine of 0.1 minus our T4 of 0.1. And that's the number that was in red that I got just a moment ago on my screen in Desmos, okay? So let's see exactly how small that is. So by Taylor's remainder formula, we know that the remainder, or the error, in approximating 0.1, oh, by the way, I might as well put this in blue as well. This is exactly the definition of R4 of 0.1. Help you understand our notation there. Okay, so Taylor's remainder formula says that this will be at most m over 5 factorial times the absolute value of x minus 0 to the 5th power. Okay, where m is the largest that the 5th derivative, that would be denoted like this. F, remember, is a sine of x, okay? I'm just talking about sine of x here. Is the largest that the 5th derivative at any point z. And we're just talking about the magnitude of it, so the absolute value, can be for any z value between my x and my a. And in this case, x is equal to 0.1 and a is equal to 0. Okay, so that's what we're going to find an upper bound on now. The m right there, the upper bound on the 5th degree there. Our 5th derivative here, well, the first derivative, the 0th derivative is, of course, just sine of z. My first derivative would be cosine of z. My second derivative, excuse me, would be minus sine of z. And then we'll have a few more, minus cosine of z, and then sine of z, and then we'll be back to cosine of z. Okay, so I want to know exactly how large cosine of z can be for any z value between x equals 0.1 and a equals 0. Okay, so to make sure you understand what we're talking about there, I'm just going to give us a graph right here of my cosine function. Okay, so on this axis right here, I will put z values, and let's do a lot more z values than we really need. So how about I move this guy over to give myself some room here, and let's say my cosine, does this. Okay, so I've got a lot of z values right there, and this probably isn't to scale, but let's say 0.1 is right there. Okay, so this is my 5th derivative of z, cosine of z, and we want to know how large can this thing be for any z value between 0 and 0.1. So z is actually allowed only to be in here. Those are the only z values that we want to consider. And I think you can see that if I take the absolute value now, because I do need the absolute value here, right? Then we're looking at this formula. absolute value of cosine of z. What does the graph of the absolute value of cosine of z look like? It just takes all of our negative values and makes them positive. This is the absolute value of our fifth derivative. Okay. Oops, equals absolute value cosine z. And so that doesn't really change anything. We still obviously get out our largest values right up here. So we'll do our justification now. Absolute value of cosine of z is a decreasing function on the interval from 0 to 0.1, which is the interval that we're actually interested in right there, right? So its largest is largest at the left endpoint, z equals 0. So we'll denote that like this. As at most, the absolute value of this thing at 0. And we know that the absolute value is the cosine function, and we know that the cosine function at 0 is equal to 1, right? So that's exactly what we have up here. That's y coordinate of 1 up there. So that's our m. Okay, that's the largest it can be right there. So back in our remainder formula, our 4 of 0.1, the size of that is at most, our m over 5 factorial times the absolute value of x to the 5th, that's from above, and it's equal to 1 over 1/120th, that's 5 factorial, times absolute value of x to the 5th power. Oh, excuse me, and my x right here should be 0.1. Did I make that mistake up above? I better check. So I guess right here, instead I'll write that in fraction form. And let's go back up here. I left that in x, I'm sorry. That's 0.1 right there. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a pretty good approximation. This is what, 6 times 10 to the 6th, that's 1/6 millionth. And this number here, okay, that's an upper bound for the error. So remember that the error is defined to be the difference between sine and our 4th degree Taylor polynomial. And that's going to be less than that number. Okay. In fact, we could also get rid of our 4th degree Taylor polynomial right here and put in our value that we got for it, which was 599/6,000ths. Okay. This is our T4 of 0.1. Okay, so this extremely small number here is that distance right there. Well, our 599/6,000ths is right here, the red dot right there. And the true value of sine of 0.1 is the top red dot right there on the blue curve. And we have an extremely good error estimate now.